Hey Al, I'm gonna keep this really short. In fact, this is about the fourth time I filmed it because I start rambling and then I'm like, nope, ain't nobody got time for rambling the day before Thanksgiving break. You've got one day to write a closing statement. If you work hard today and you get most of the way through, not all the way through, I'll probably have some grace for that. If you don't work really hard today, based on Vavrika's reviews, then we'll have to chat and decide what I'm giving points for and what I'm not. So work hard today, get as much done as you can. I know it'd be more ideal to have 2 days like third period did. You don't. So, get a really nice start going and we'll chat when I get back. Here's the idea. Opening statements are stories. They're not argumentative. They are stories with a bias, so you're definitely handing the judge a pair of sunglasses to view that case through, right? This is just a Jurassic Park case. This is just a kid who was told not to touch the stove and did it anyways, right? You're hoping there's this story that people know rolling around in their heads. One of my students is working with a Gremlins idea that you should know better than throw water on the Gremlins, or I never watched the Gremlins because it would have scared the daylights out of me. But basically there's something you do to the cute little fuzzy things that make it look all evil, and they're using that as their theme. But basically they're taking the story that somebody knows and telling that story in combination with their court story. Closing statements are different. They are argumentative, and you can kind of go for the jugular. And you kind of do want to hit your main points, but really poke holes in the other side, and pop their little balloons, right? So there's lots of ways to do that. And one of the easiest ways is to go after the credibility of their witnesses. So thinking about, in what way can we not trust Parker, Kelly, and Reese, right? Or in what way can we not trust Sam Kaufusi, Jordan Young, Morgan Bishop? So kind of thinking about how to undermine those witnesses a little bit, how to bolster your own witnesses. Here's why you should believe my team and my witnesses. Here's why they have no reason to lie. Why would they lie about this, right? You can see that my client has emotional distress, right? So kind of pointing out the things that are undeniable. You can point out inconsistencies in witness statements here. Sometimes it's hard to get those across in examinations, but if one witness is saying one thing and another witness is saying another thing, pointing that out, finding details that maybe got overlooked and pointing those out. My 8th graders are doing the gorilla case, and they notice there's 2 friends in that tram with Taylor Malcolm, and they're wondering where these friends are in this case. I don't know if you can actually use that in real mock trial, but I think for classroom mock trial where we're kind of making things up, that's a great argument. Like, where do these friends go? We've got 2 more witnesses that should really help. Why is this investigation not been thorough? So start looking for places to poke holes, and try to have several, so that you've got about a 5-minute talk. The reality of closing statements is you write a closing statement. So you have a baseline, but whoever does the closing statement has to watch the whole case and add things in as they come up and cross things out if they no longer apply. A closing statement is a living document that you keep adjusting, and then you give your final statement based on what actually goes down in the courtroom. So it's one of the few, it might be the only objection you can call in a closing statement, is if the closing statement lawyer states something that wasn't said in the courtroom. So that's part of the deal, but you outline something first so you have a general idea of what you want to get done. You talk to your other lawyers to make sure they're getting done what you need them to get done so that you can give this really amazing closing statement, and then you watch for it and you make sure it happens. Today we're just working on what are the key points, what are the key arguments, what are the key claims, what are the key evidences, and how do we poke a bunch of holes in the other team's arguments. What you do when your little brother rats you out and you got to poke holes in his story, right? We got practice at this. That's all. Best of luck. Give me the best you got, and I hope you have a really good Thanksgiving break. Clearly, I'm already on mine. Bye.